You are on mute, Ranji, if you're speaking something.
Yeah, I'll just yeah. Now I can share the screen. So last time we'll just do the catch up. Okay. We had a few discussion last time that how cloud security and cloud is coming in the like in every field and about the job perspective around the globe, around the other all parts of the nation. So from Guru School, like the introductions we talked about earlier. So do you want me to go through this again? You can refer those slides also later on when you have like access. So introduction part already, I told you that me and Indresh will be taking this training. So like we have the public solution architect design uh, certifications, and from past 15 years, we are into the core academics and project supports. Yeah, so there was the syllabus that we have shared with you, and we have to take some detour from second week syllabus because some background, some root level things need to be covered that will come as and when required. So we talked about the job prospect and markets and all, okay, and job security and governance job get across USA. So we have like DevOps engineers, solution architects, and the cloud system administrators. So cloud system administrators, solution architects does not require like a coding part, but we need to understand the system. We need to understand how does cloud work, and we need to understand how exactly like cloud is being secured at the provider end and from the endpoint security as well, and that is from the user side also. So there are like last year's job trend, which says that cyber security and security is one of the key factor, and that is coming in the way, and everywhere in every field, whether it is logistics, cloud, anything, we have the security aspect at every place, right? So last time we have started with this topic of understanding how cloud security is relevant and what are the key aspects of it. Okay, so I think we discussed this confidentiality, integrity, and availability because whenever you want to have anything in the on the cloud, maybe on the online thing, these three things should be the checkpoint for any kind of this. Okay, so is it audible now? Are you able to?
Yes, yes, yes. Loud and clear.
So confidentiality, last time, as you have also defined that confidentiality refers to the ensurement of like only authorized individuals can access it, right? And integrity deals with the information part where nobody should be able to alter or even snoop the messages other than the addressed person. And availability is like one of the key aspects, because from any part of the globe, our services must be available. Because sometime in cyber security, like nowadays, we have online uh, lot of online issues. We might have come across various terminologies like cyber attacks, malware, viruses, and denial of service, DDoS. So these are the few problems which are there online, and because of that, we'll be having, like, we have to deal with the situations. We have to make our resource available while just taking countermeasures from all these things. And then comes the encryption. So encryption talks about, like, we should not send our data as it is anywhere. Even we should not save our data, I mean sensitive data, like passwords, like some credentials, on in plain text or simple, directly. If anybody else can see the message, can understand what is it. That should not happen. So for that, we need the encryption. So we have different level of encryption as well. So there is AES and DES kind of encryption. We'll get that definitions also in meanwhile from the syllabus. Okay. So till this part, we just talked about like how cyber security, cloud security are involved in this online things, and we need to maintain this CIA triads. So CIA triad is the very first thing that one should understand while starting with the security aspect of cloud. Okay,
Okay.
so that was the part. Now from here onwards, we have to understand how does cloud work, because we need to understand how cloud is working, what are the things related to cloud, and how exactly we'll be able to log in or understand the portal and other things. How do we log in the cloud? Because once we understand how to log in the cloud, then we can understand what will be the, you know, uh, intrusion points or the situations or the security things in the login process. And then we'll understand the administration part. Okay, so in that. So from cloud basics, we have to know what are the cloud characteristics, service models, and deployment models. So these are the things that everyone must know, that how these things are related to the cloud computing. Okay. So once we know all, at least small part of all this, then we can talk about the security related at each places. Okay. So cloud characteristics can we talk now? So can you just uh, from your experience, can you tell me or suggest me, like, what could be the characteristics of cloud, or maybe advantages, disadvantages, maybe how does cloud work? What do you understand and what do you uh, gather from cloud computing world?
Okay. So cloud exists, or rather benefits of cloud would include, it helps smaller organizations. So I'll start with smaller. It helps smaller organizations to set up their own uh, to use cloud services, and it helps them support their storage services, basic storage services, like, memory device, so they don't have to maintain any other server. That's one. Cloud also helps to provide, I don't understand the IT language part, but it helps the companies to set up or even deploy the applications on cloud, so that
Right,
whenever people operate certain applications, they can simply click on, they can simply go online, and
right,
in online only it can be done. So I think the example is Microsoft Excel, Office 365. I'm not 100% sure if that is the right example. So that's for smaller companies. uh, Now for bigger companies, cloud again, storage, bigger companies employs a lot of money in server rooms alone. So like I used to work for Ford Motor Company in Chennai, and they have a big server room with 24 hours by 7 AC, and multiple
Right.
servers were kept there, and it requires space. It required a lot of other requirements for maintaining that thing. And then
Correct.
there were some BCB locations also. Now Ford was spending so much money only on that, and then there were a lot of people who were employed to maintain that. And then there were I don't know the entire architecture or rather the organization involved, but I was told that there are 3 or 4 layers which goes in maintaining on-premises storage in form of
Correct.
servers. But in cloud, you only need a cloud admin guy, or fewer guys. So cloud helps these bigger organizations in saving the space, those related costs. It helps them to save cost of employees, like if there are lesser number of employees required in cloud. So that is one other benefit. So becomes more efficient when you don't have so many employees to think about, and that space. Then
Correct.
it is slightly economical also, not completely. As I'm seeing in the videos, people have been saying that cloud is also not a very it's not a very cheap solution. It is economical but not the cheapest solution. So those
Yes.
kind of benefits are there from cloud. Then you can, if you have internet, you can access those applications or whatever file you have as the storage or the cloud from anywhere in the world. uh, those are few benefits of cloud. I'm not sure if that is what you were looking for in characteristics. That's
Yeah,
how I'll say cloud.
definitely. All the answers are correct. Okay. So that is sure. That happens in the cloud, and it is supporting all the smaller as well as bigger companies. So, like you said about the Ford, so Ford were having the data center there. So
Yes.
that dedicated server room is referred as data centers. So that data centers and they're maintaining their layer wise architecture, whatever is there. So very essential part from there is about security. So again, we'll come back to this three word called as CIA. So CIA triad is very difficult even for on-premise data center. So cloud is giving lot of which advantages, opportunities, giving lot of access and lot of benefits. And but other than that, CIA, these three is very much helpful and possible in the cloud. So that is why every company is looking for at least these three things, and that is very well satisfied at the cloud level. So all these characteristics are valid, that is right. But CIA part is very much assured in the cloud. So I would say on the positive side, for a cloud computing opting companies, they have at least CIA thing possible, and it is very like promising. Other characteristics that you said, storage, and one more thing I want to add here, the servers rooms which are there, they're meant for computing. So computing word means what? It is about processor. Okay, so whenever task is given to a computer, processor does the job. So, but if you have like lot of tasks, lot of requests, lot of small programs are running, then you have to have lot of computing power. So, what happens? Let's take one example. If we have like uh, s- a particular online sale is about to happen. So we do not know that flow of the user. Suddenly there might be lot of two, three fold request may arrive at our website. So or on our applications. So let's say Amazon. So initially what happened, like this is the very basic of the cloud that Amazon used to face this problem, and multiple companies are used to face this problem at the time of sale and any offer or any special occasion. Lot of users activity was there and crash. There used to be a crash on the application as well as on the website. just because resources were not that much to provide the number of users who were looking for the resources. You can understand this thing by relating that let there be one shop, okay, and there are multiple customers, and only three people are there to serve the customers, and there are multiple, like there is big line, each a big queue for all three customers, and even more are increasing. So because of that, what will happen? Distribution of resources is very difficult. And at one point of time, there may be a breakdown. Same thing is happening online as well. If there is lot of requests, multiple requests, think people are trying to search so many things at the same time. There are billions of people across the globe. They are onto the website. Definitely, it will reach to its limit because every resource has some uh, what do we say, number of request handling capacity. Are you getting these points?
Yes.
Yeah, so one more example I would like to add here that if you have a router at your home and if multiple devices are trying to connect, so it can support like normal router, it supports up to 35 device theoretically, but practically we cannot go beyond 20 device. So if more than 20 devices are there, then you will significantly see the failure in the network. Many devices will rejoin, reconnect. Their data packets will not be routed through the router. Means internet access will be more difficult for new devices which are about to join. Even they may not get the access. They will just hang on the displaying the message that trying to obtain IP address like this message. So resource availability, resource distribution is another challenge. And because when you want to like run the thing smoothly, you have to increase the computing power. That is, you need to add the more servers in the data center, which is not the immediate solution for any company because you have to purchase the server, set up the server, put them in the network, and again make sure that everything is secured. Then only you can start giving access to the user. So that is not ready-made or readily solution for any companies if they have their own dedicated data centers. But here there is a twist in the cloud. So cloud computing companies are offering like any amount of scaling. There is a word called as scaling. So auto scaling is there. If number of users are increasing on your website and it is reaching to the highest potential from where resource distribution is not possible, there may be a breakdown or crash or in this website, we can just ask our provider who on which cloud we have hosted our application. Just you please increase the power computing capacity. And what will happen? Within few minutes, you will have more computing power. If I say, like, if I was having a laptop with i5 processor, I'm saying I want more core in the i5 processor. So now it will become faster. I'm lagging in the RAM. So I will say that now I want to use more than 8 GB, maybe 16 GB or 32 GB of RAM in my laptop, which is not immediately possible for physical device because we need to purchase the RAM, install the RAM and make sure it is working fine. But in the cloud, all these things are just a click away. So when we press the button, when we put the request, our cloud provider service can go on auto scaling. And as number of users will be increasing, your device will also expand its capacity and there will be no breakdown and services will run very smoothly. Is it making sense? Are you understanding
Yes.
some part of it?
Yes.
But here is the challenge because we have to see through uh, cloud security perspective. There are the people who are like responsible for creating, trying to get the website, or maybe a competitor, or maybe some kind of cyber security threat is there, and they are generating a lot of requests from their end. That is called as attack. So there is called an attack called as TDOS. We'll go through all kind of attacks later on also. So if you put multiple requests for a website and deliberately I want to do a fake inquiry every time, and so that my website resources are exhausted and I deplete my resource. But in case of cloud, this will not happen. You will eventually go for auto scaling option and it will keep on expanding. But that attacker is keep on putting more requests. Even number of users are less, but only through that person, there is lot of requests are coming from multiple sources. And because of that, our billing part will go high because cloud does not give they will not give you anything for free. So when they scale up, their rates are different because they will say now I will charge this much rupee per this much dollar per hour. So because of that, billing part will go on increasing. So even cyber security attack can lead to lot of billing in the cloud services. So that is the challenge that as cloud security, we have to look after that option. That scaling is request is going on, but is it the valid one or it is just a kind of attack which is asking for more scaling? So there are the things related to the cloud characteristics. Whatever are the advantages of cloud characteristics that can be exploited by the cyber attackers. So that is where we have to be alert, and that is why every cloud provider needs admin, needs proper solution architect designers, and needs cyber security engineers, right? Is it okay?
Yes,
Can we
yes,
go ahead? Yeah.
yes.
So that's all related to SIG characteristics. We'll come into that part later on also. Let us go with the service models, what we have. Okay. So I'll just take few more slides to show this. So there are if we refer the government website, okay, and there is a NIST model for this cloud computing, and which is having these very lucrative uh, services which are available. And like from layer wise, we can have different things. So first layer, that is essential characteristics. As you can see, there are like 5 services which are highly required for a cloud. So a cloud services or cloud computing must have very good resource pooling. That should be the first characteristic. Means any number of user can get the access. Second thing is about the broad network access. So there has to be like from anywhere, any point of globe, if having internet should be able to access our service. Third thing is rapid elasticity, which the word I was talking about. When there is lot of request, your system performance and system रिक्वायरमेंट इज ऑटोमेटिकली स्केल्ड अप. उसमें रैम अपने आप बढ़ जाएगा, उसमें प्रोसेसिंग स्पीड विल गो ऑन हायर साइड. Of course, we have to authorize that. Then fourth is measured services. Measured services requires like what are the promising services you have purchased already, and you are trying to use that for our user. Like Ola, Ubers are using the applications which are taking multiple requests, which are also understanding users' location and understanding driver location and trying to map them. That is, these are the major services related things where multiple options and multiple things, logic level things are coming. And last part is on-demand self-service. On-demand self-service needs that any kind of request from cloud user should be able to satisfied from the cloud provider side. So these are the essential service that layer has. Second thing that we need to focus on, which is the very basic part or required part to understand, because we need to understand security in each of these three model. So there are three different models. One is infrastructure as a service. We call it IaaS. We pronounce it as AS. And then there is platform as a service. We pronounce this as PaaS. And then there is software as a service. We call them as SaaS. So PaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Then there is one more called as security as a service. So SecAAS. Later on, there are like now we have lot many services which are coming as a service in the cloud. So nowadays, cloud providers are calling this as XaaS, where X can be anything, any type of service. So access. Okay. So these are the things. So we have three cloud service model, and we need to understand the working and security aspects of it. So every cloud, any company, like if you talk about Amazon's AWS or Microsoft Azure or Google's GCP, these are the popular name of the cloud mod services. So they have these three model. One is infrastructure as a service. Okay. So have you uh, gone through, or which you were knowing these words, or we can discuss it out, like if you what you understand, if you have already gone through,
Uh, I understand this from some YouTube videos. So
right?
software is, very basic definitions like software services, like
Mm.
providing simple service which is provided, how do I define? Like Office 365. So
Right,
that was
correct.
software
That
as
is right
service,
example. That's correct.
right?
Yeah,
Platform as service wherein they provide, I was saying example of like companies can also deploy their own
correct.
software on another cloud. So I, from Ford or any company like GuruSchools, they use, yeah, they're employing their software on AWS. So that is, I think, platform as a service wherein AWS is providing some platform to them.
Mm.
Infrastructure is wherein we use almost all we say it is completely private network. We will take services from AWS, but we will say that part or this much storage or this much usage is completely meant for Guru schools. Nobody else
Oh,
will use this. Something like that. I think I I don't have more clarity on that.
yeah. So from a definition aspect, it is very correct that you have studied proper. That is right. So we'll go from downside, that is infrastructure as a service. So very first thing is this blue color thing. Okay, so all these are having facilities, hardware, and there are different delivery and other characteristics also there. So we do not need to know these layers. We just need to call them as IaaS. That is infrastructure. So yeah, that was right. Infrastructure means we are just um, purchasing, or actual word is renting out the resources from any of the cloud provider about the I want this much computing power, like I can decide the processor speed and how many cores I want, means number of processors in that. And then I can also ask for how much RAM I want and how much storage I want. So RAM, storage, and processor. These things are called as infrastructure, because for a online thing we have to have at least these three things together. Then only we can. This is what is a bare metal requirement. The other name for this is bare metal. So if you purchase a laptop which is not having any operating system. So, like a person who is selling the laptop can give you the details that this laptop may have is having this much of processing power, this much is of the RAM memory, so that your processing gets faster, and this much is the storage capacity, so that you can store a lot of programs, maybe lot of softwares on there, or your personal data as well. So all these three things combined together is referred as infrastructure as a service. So we can ask for infrastructure only, and rest thing will be developed by the developing developer engineers, like companies like TCS, Infosys, and HCL, and us. So they are having different level of developers, and they can use the developers to build their own softwares, own environments, own platforms, and then they can use that infrastructure only from the cloud, because we are using this infrastructure of cloud. Why? Because we can have our own data center, but still we want to use this infrastructure on the cloud. Why? Because there is an option of elastic compute. There is option of auto scaling, which is not possible in on-premise cloud data center, on-premise data centers. Okay, so that is why we are keen to have the infrastructure which can be rapidly elastic. Like I can increase or decrease the computing power whenever I want. So if I want to have only that much service, I will say this as IaaS. Does it making sense? Are you understanding it now?
Yes.
Okay, so infrastructure in normal thing, it is just like a purchasing a bare normal laptop whose memory, computing power, and storage is also scalable, or in other word, it is elastic. Okay, so because of that, we can just use how any amount of RAM. Means theoretically, if I speak, these cloud providers are providing uh, almost like there is no limit to it. But yes, there will be lot of charges. So there will be, means money wise, there will be a limit on it. Now coming on to the second service model, which is about the platform as a service. So when I have platform as a service, I mean to say that lot of companies are having different deployments. Their software or their application will need the specifics. Like I want to run this software, but this software will run only on the Windows platform, or will this software will run only on the Linux platform, or Mac platform only, Mac OS, or some. If I talk about softwares, they are having different things like. If you want to host a website, so you need to have, if you have done your website ka pura coding or rather scripting in Python, in PHP level, so then you have to have SAM service running on the server, then only you can use that PHP. Similarly for HTML, similarly for any type of script coding. So whenever you want to host a website, you have to have some kind of software which is acting as an environment for that. So whenever we want to have set up the environment which is helping our software to launch, or APIs to get launched, I will use this term called as API. Okay, API is actually nothing but the last application which is accessible from user end. Like we have the applications, or we have the portals through which we communicate to the our software, that is called as API. So for any API, we can have this platform as a service. Okay. So platform as a service have like Java installed already, like have Python installed already, like have any XAMPP server, like have any other things installed already. Means I want all the resources like infrastructure, with all three: memory, processor, and storage. And on the top of that, I also want which type of OS, and inside that OS, which type of software I want to have. So everything this together is called as platform as a service. If you are asking this much from the cloud provider, it means you are looking for platform as a service option. Is it okay? Platform as a service?
Yes, one question.
Yeah, please.
In fact, two. So for platform as a service, do we have to take the infrastructure as a service also? Like all the other facilities of infrastructure, does it has to be there in platform?
Yes. So when I say platform as a service, it automatically combines IaaS as well.
Mm. So technically, platform as a service would be slightly expensive than IaaS. That would be there.
Yes. It
And
will be.
you use the word SaaS server. What does that mean?
It is not SaaS. I said XAMPP server. It's
What is that?
This is a server which is running in the background, so that our websites are like all the websites, and on that whatever changing parts are there, or maybe some nowadays we do not have static website. No? We have dynamic websites where some part is automatic calculated. When you click there, it shows something else. So all these things means for an interactive website, we have to have this backend services running. So for PHP, if any website is there whose link is ending with .php, similarly like .html, so that was HTML page. Similarly, we have .php. So PHP is technologies के लिए we have to have XAMPP. Similarly, if you want to run any Java software, so you need to have Java installed on your system. We call this as JDK, Java Development Kit or Java environment. There are softwares like Eclipse. There is softwares like Java. Then similarly for Python also, if I want to run any program of Python, I should be having Python installed onto the system. So whenever I want to install any software, first I need to decide which operating system I want to access. Is it? So if I want to use any operating system, then I can decide which software, which environment I want. So that together combo is actually referred as a platform. Is it?
Hmm.
Yeah. So
So
this
when you
will
said
get
SAM server, you
yeah,
also meant
XAMPP.
whenever
Yeah.
we run any dynamic
Website.
websites
Right.
with maybe HTML or PHP link,
Right.
those websites need a SAM server in the background.
Correct. So that
So is
can
it like a
be,
storage server?
yeah, it is storage plus compute as well. Like early days, we
It's
had
like a platform also.
yes, yes, it is. Like we used to have earlier GoDaddy.com, who used to host our websites. Even today we have Getter.com. So all these are like another thing for cloud. Nowadays there is a proper word called as cloud, or otherwise early days, who whatever companies who are there to host our website, they have this kind of platform services.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So then comes our this final model, which is on the top, that orange color you can see, that is related to the SaaS, that is software as a service. So here you are like surrendering to the cloud companies that I don't want, I don't have any engineers, I don't have any developers, even I don't have any deployment engineers who knows that how to install the software in the cloud. I just want to use this kind of service like Uber or Ola services or anything like you ask for CMC's CRM service or anything. So if you are asking for entire software package from the cloud provider, then it becomes SaaS, that is software as a service. So you have mentioned already that Microsoft 365. So yes, that is a full software as a service. Similarly, Google Documents, Google Docs, they're also software as a service where you can do things online. Means you have that software model online and you can just use your data and you get the output. Like we have online photo editor, like we have online photo converter, we have online PDF converter, we have online document to PDF to doc generator. All these things are called as software as a service. So here only user has to provide their own input and we get the output, because all the things, even the software is also provided from the cloud providers only. So that is called as SaaS, that is software as a service. So nowadays we have this option. We can just ask for with better price. If it is available, you can directly ask like within, if you have any idea, you can like run it within 3 days. Everything will be all set up and you can just start. Like I want to say, I want to make a website like eBay and I want to use these products to sell or to make the marketplace like that. So you can just ask Uber this eBay like website, and everything, every repository, everything, every single requirement will be provided from the cloud provider itself. So that is called a software as a service. Now they are also selling these kind of services to the users. Does it? So that is referred as software as a service.
Okay.
Getting?
Yes.
So these are the three models that we need to understand, and then we'll check out what are the issues related to each of the model from security aspects, and how do we manage in the cloud. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So just going ahead with one more slide. Okay. So as you can see, there is compute and storage service, which is IaaS here. About to that, there is developers platform, that is PaaS. And then there is applications, which is also called as API, which is SaaS. And then there is website through which user can access. Not websites, then we can have the apps. Okay, so from Apple Store, from Play Store, we can have the applications, right? Okay. So now we'll see what are the deployment models. Like we need to
One
know.
question here. One question
Yeah,
before we
yeah,
start.
yeah,
So
please.
before joining this course, I was also thinking about doing a course in cloud because there are cloud jobs also in the market, right?
Correct.
Now, when I was reviewing all those certificates which are needed, or whatever is the learning required, so then they were used. These words used to come. One is the basic fundamentals of cloud. Second is cloud computing. Now, my question to you is, what we are studying right now, is it cloud computing, or are we reading the basic fundamentals of cloud?
Yeah, so cloud computing, understanding of cloud computing itself is called as fundamentals of the cloud. Okay, so cloud computing is fundamentals of cloud. What we are studying is also called as fundamentals of the cloud. Okay, from here we have two ways, two paths. One path goes to cloud security, and another path goes to cloud system management and other things, that is called as solution architect. Okay, so even for both, cloud security comes in the solution architect path as well, because there is virtual private cloud that we need to secure. So I have done, I'm having the badge of cloud solution architect. So I need to, I also have to have the security things also. Okay. So, so this is how we are having like the small line of differentiation between only cloud security and between the cloud computing. There are different stages. One stage is like DevOps, I told you. So I'll just go back to that slide so that no problem in between. We can just switch between the slides, and we can then relate further more. See here, we have three titles: DevOps engineer, who is on the cloud, who is developing the software and also responsible for putting them onto the required platform, that is called as deployment, yeah, operations. Okay, so a person who knows how to develop a software and how to deploy it on online or offline or on the data center anywhere is referred as a full complete engineer, is understood as DevOps engineer. That kind of engineer must be having at least 8 to 9 skills. Okay. Second is solution architect. Solution architect refers to the cloud, only cloud fundamentals, and also understand what should be your architecture, or way or arrangement of your requirement of user, so that user can get the maximum benefit with the least billing system. Like you call the interior decorator at your home, and you just give them requirement. I want to have here this and this kind of show here and all these things. And then interior decorators comes with you like different options that this is with this budget, this is with that budget. So that is the job of solution. And then there is cloud system admin. So cloud system admin refers to like managing and providing the access and understanding how performance, security, all these things are handled properly or not. And there are like already on the cloud, there is one advantage that even for the security, they have their own softwares. We need to just tweak them as per our parameters. and they will work for us. So, solution architect and cloud system admin are the best titles which are available to people who are not going into the website, I mean, software development. They have good understanding of the cloud, but they are not much into the developing side like softwares and all. But they can handle these two parts well. तो ये हो सकता है. Okay. So even for that, we need to have cloud fundamentals. So what we are studying here is still cloud fundamentals. And these fundamentals will help us to understand how will, what are the uh, loopholes in that, what are the issues, and how can we tackle them. Then it becomes cloud security. Okay, so
Okay.
cloud solution architect and cloud um, system admin both requires the security aspects also. Okay, so that
Okay.
thing is there. Yeah, but understanding and a complete knowledge of cloud computing, that is fundamental of cloud, maybe solution architect up to that level is very much encouraging if we want to have a good hand on to the cloud security. So, but they go hand in hand. So I'll be covering the basics of the cloud as well and how to incorporate security onto that. So this covers system admin part, that title, and solution architect part. Almost both titles are being covered from this. And if you
Okay.
study only cloud computing, that will be just understanding how cloud works, but it will explore the security part and operation part, right?
Okay.
So yeah, but here like syllabus will become bit lengthy. Some more points need to be understood, and some things I'll provide you that you can just go through. Okay.
Okay.
So our today's last talk is about this deployment model. Okay, so cloud, just like we talked, that the cloud provides various level of services. There is three service model, that is IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, and there are four deployment models. Now, what is deployment model? Like how cloud services are being used, is there is only user who is using that service, or maybe it is between the two companies, or maybe it is between a company who is having multiple locations or maybe multiple branches over the globe. So all these leads to different deployment models. So first deployment model is called as enterprise to cloud. Enterprise means businesses, and businesses to businesses, like you have public cloud and you are trying to get into the businesses. So there is one set of cloud service which is only meant for business, and one set of cloud services which is public, where users are also there. But in enterprise, there is no user, only company requirements are there. So this type of deployment is referred as enterprise to cloud. Okay.
Okay.
Then second part will be private cloud. Private cloud means there is no access of the user through the internet in that cloud service. No one, means it is within the organization, within the closed system. So that is called as private cloud. There will be no like external internet coming in picture. Means we are not able to access that service from internet from any part of the world. If I want to access that system, I have to go to the company. I will be you able to use through company's network only. That is called as intranet as well. Okay. So can you see there is a figure which is just giving an example, like we have compute services, all three services, database services, software storage services, and which is connected to the private cloud through intranet. It is within the organization. We like approval process, loan approval process, banking may like maintaining the profile of user. So all these are like yeah, companies' internal things, internal policies. Based on that, they approve or disapprove the things. So there we can say, if we are doing that thing from online perspective, then it will become private cloud. Is it okay? Understanding the
Yes.
definition?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we have this community cloud. So there is nowadays it is evolving. That is called as community cloud. Community cloud is third extension to the cloud, which is called as public cloud. Public cloud means anybody can use that service. Means it is commercial thing. Like I want to purchase, I want to avail a taxi service. That is public cloud. Okay, but I want to use the bus which is offered by the government, which is very like not expensive or it is free for us for a particular route. So that is community. Okay. So wherever this word community comes, that means it is for open access, for free access. So that is called as community cloud. So nowadays, just it has started like from 3, 4 years back, like how now it is catching up the pace that community clouds are also existing. There are a lot of public related or unorganized sectors, and there are requirement of the online services. So for that, we can use community cloud. So these companies are providing all the cloud features for free to the developer, and developer can develop or deploy or any cloud solution architect and can make their own model and avail any services on the cloud for free. Of course, they have some conditions that how much benefit is transferred to the public, how is it is how can how is it is having the best use in the interest of public and all. So that is called as community cloud.
Why
Okay.
will the company give community cloud free?
Yeah, that
Like,
is
how will AWS make money?
yeah, AWS is not community cloud. So there are other companies who are having the community clouds. There
Oh,
is one called as Open Cloud Company. Then there is
how will they
Clouds.
make money? If any company who's providing community cloud,
Right.
if they provide for free, why
Hmm.
why are they doing it?
They are doing for two basic purposes. One is to encourage this cloud thing. Okay, so they are under CSR activity. So they have the fundings from other uh, things, maybe from
Okay.
government also. So just they want to encourage everybody to use the cloud services. People should be able to understand. It should reach to the masses. And second objective is to collect the ideas and the uh, users' interest and informations, their requirements. Because once something is for free, people comes with different things, different requirements, and one can study the pattern and understand how exactly means what is the main requirement, how is it going. So community cloud is also for research purpose. Like a lot of people are there who want to have the practice of cloud, but they do not have money. They could not have the proper money to buy the uh, services of the cloud. Then to the researchers. So some researchers want to just do the experimentation, maybe new type of cloud, and they want to interact between them, new methods. All these things are possible. So this is after doing lot of math, and lot of cloud companies are contributing even their funds so that these community cloud can survive. Of course, user wise, there is a limit that you should not be able to should not use not more than this much service. Like otherwise, every company will come here and host their own applications. So that should not happen. There are conditions like it should be in the public interest. It should be the open. Open means anybody can use your model to make their own services.
Oh,
So so that is why here things are very limited. But if any student, any researcher, any practitioner wants to do something, community is available for them.
so when I plan to practice, let's say whatever I'm learning with you, when I
Yeah,
plan to practice, will I be getting this access like community cloud? Like,
anytime
can
we
I
can,
do?
yeah, you can do anytime. You can create the account in Cloud Stack, or you can create your account in Open Cloud. These are the two companies. And then third company, which is very demanding, is called as Eucalyptus. So these are the three places which is offering community cloud or open cloud, which is for free. But
And
their architectures and their understandings are bit different than uh, this public cloud, like Google, Azure, and AWS. So, like if we if we are looking for this job, then we should know the know-hows of this public cloud more, because
understand.
open cloud where there are limited options. With
Hmm.
rest part is already handled through their cloud providers. So that is why
Okay.
where we have to like we can use this. We can if we are more interested, we can make our own application. We can post it there and put them in our CV so everybody can understand. Yes, we have provided the solution and it is available on the cloud. Anybody can see, understand this model and all like that. But if you want to work for a company, you have to come into the public cloud domain, right?
Okay. So we covered first, which is private cloud, which Ford Motor Company will take, or maybe Guru School will, big company will
Right,
take the entire
right,
service.
right.
Second was public cloud. Second, we are about
Yes,
to. Second, you told about community cloud.
yes, yes. First is
Okay.
enterprise cloud, and that is public cloud.
Okay, that is the enterprise comes as part of public cloud. Okay.
Yes, yes. Then second is private cloud, which is within
Mm.
organization.
Can you say the first again, maybe? Now I'm confused.
First,
So private, I understand, which is for a big company, which will say this much. Yeah, that is like in the one which has the intranet thing, wherein nobody external can access it. It is meant
right,
for
it
that
is
company only.
for companies only
Okay.
within the company.
Hmm.
First is this enterprise. Enterprise means commercial. That is public cloud. Okay, so this blue part is there. This is called as public cloud. This is first one, public cloud.
What can you define this again? Maybe in just one small sentence or two.
Yeah, public cloud are the commercial clouds which are available for any company, any individual across the globe can pay for the services, can set up their account with the credit card and can avail the services. Which are the services? Ask, pass, and SaaS.
Okay. For an end user, like even I can do it. So if
Yes,
I'll
yes,
do it, I'll get public cloud access.
yes, yes. I'll tell you how to do that. Okay,
Okay.
later on. Second is this private cloud, which is within organization, not accessing the actual internet. It is only for intranet. Like networking is within the company, not outside the world. That is private cloud. Okay, so pharma companies, they need to maintain their like uh, their supplies and all this. So they need to be interconnected across the globe. So that is their own private cloud. No, we are not having any access there or any
Okay.
individual. So again, security comes in that. Third is community cloud. Community cloud, where is every individual user is having that part of services for free and they can use it for community purpose. They can use it for public benefit or public interest. Is it? So that is
Okay.
community cloud. That's the third one. And the fourth one is about hybrid cloud. So it mixes all like public, private, and private cloud, public cloud, and community cloud, entire thing. So when we add everything together, then it is called as a hybrid cloud. Okay. So nowadays we have lot of things are mixing in. So if we are having any service which requires many inputs from other cloud services, we can refer this as hybrid cloud. Then
Okay.
understanding. So these are the four different models. Okay. So that is about the like today we have seen what is cloud, what are the services in the cloud, and then what are different deployment models. Okay. So these are the basics that we have covered for today. And our next topic would be securing the cloud. And how do we secure the cloud? What are the different security models we have? And then we can go on understanding important aspects of every cloud fundamentals. May we have like five different things. We'll understand each different five things that will cover our cloud fundamental basics. And then in each only at the same time, we will understand what are the security challenges and how to tackle. And then there are the hands-on workshops also, practicals also that we'll be doing on real cloud, on the real AWS cloud. So here I'll be using AWS because it is widely used. And but similar thing, I will same time I will also suggest you what are the options for Google or for the Azure services also. They will be very lookalike, only names may be a bit different here and there. That is all.
Okay.
Okay. So we are just wrapping up here, right? So can you just tell me like what are the things that or should I like just for understanding purpose? Can I ask you like did you understand CIA things?
Yes, I can. You can just keep on flipping the pages, and I can tell you things about it, and you can cover me wherever
Right.
I'm missing something. Okay.
So first thing we need to have the CIA and encryption part.
Yeah, CIA refers to, as it is mentioned, also confidentiality, integrity, availability. Confidentiality is basically making sure that the access is, only authorized users are able to access the network, the cloud network in this case. Integrity
Correct.
is securing data should not change the accuracy of the data. So it should not change the data per se. It should only ensure the data
Hmm.
the same data is readily available to all
Should
the
not be
authorized
altered. Yeah.
users. Yeah.
Integrity. Right.
Availability,
Availability is
security, adding security should not change the availability part. Basically, network should not be jammed. The data should always be available. So consistency should always be maintained related
right.
to data
24
transfer.
cross 7 it should be available.
So, yes. Encryption process I have to understand in detail, but the basic definition is whenever we transfer the data via email or something, the data gets encrypted with a key. Uh, and when the receiver receives this data, that key has to be used to decrypt that data so that this
Right.
data can be understood by the other person. The question I had here, which may be coming at the later stage, is assume I'm a attacker. If I'm an attacker, if I have got access to your cloud network somehow, now since I have that much coding power that I am able to access your network, which was already secured by you guys, won't I be able to easily find the key also for decryption? I don't know that. Maybe it'll come in later stage, but that is one question which I had, which we can understand later. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can continue. You
So
can continue
there
the
is
next. Yep.
yeah, there is a public key and private key. So public key is known to everyone how to decipher the data. But encryption will be done by private key, which is only known to the encryptor. So that is how we maintain this thing. And even means even hacker has the access to cloud. They may not be able to that because we use different 128-bit SSL and these are the things. Okay, that is also come in picture. I'll tell you when we go with the virtual private cloud configuration.
Okay. Then let's go to the next page. I'll let you know that. Okay, cloud characteristics are basic features of cloud which are must needed, which might come in the next slide, but let me try to remember all those things. One was uh, oh man, it should be elastic, so should be flexible, should be able to increase the, I don't know the right word, but if the end users increases,
Scale the
scalability.
resource.
Scalability is one. Then uh,
Hmm.
okay, I forgot those
Access,
five
broad
features name.
access. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
broad
broad
access.
access, like everybody should be able to access it 24 by 7. Scalability,
Hmm.
yes. Elasticity, measured service, yeah, it should be measured so that the company is able to charge it also, and the other person
Yes,
should know why they're paying. On
right.
demand self service, I don't know how to
We
define
can
this, but
we mhm. we can ask for some special services also, which is not
okay.
available directly, but it is on demand.
Okay, and then resource pooling, obviously all the resources should be available to this end user whenever he wants. So that's
Yes,
resource pooling. So that was the characteristics part. Then the
right.
three type of cloud, which
Models,
is SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. IaaS.
service
So
models, right.
IaaS basically refers to the I would say the most basic model wherein a
Bare
company
metal,
would, yeah,
bare metal.
okay, yeah, bare metal is the right word. So it is the bare metal form of cloud service wherein the company will get the hardware related services, and
Right.
I think
Only
primarily
hardware.
hardware related services only. So
Right.
like they can define this much RAM, storage, processor, anything related to the computing of the hardware, for example, laptop or a desktop system. So those
Correct.
services on cloud is IaaS.
Correct.
When we add operating system to it, maybe Windows, maybe Linux, maybe Mac system, or I don't know these days,
Hmm.
maybe Android might also
Any
start
environment, we
any
can say.
environment,
Yes.
those or platforms that becomes the second service, which is PaaS, which
Hmm. That
always
that
includes
includes
IaaS also,
right.
and API. API is basically how multiple applications interact with each other. How one application speaks to the other, sends message to other. That's what API is, right?
Interfaces.
Interface. So that is PaaS. The third is SaaS, software as a service,
No,
wherein
no. API is coming into SaaS. SaaS type.
API is coming into SaaS. No, it is also part of this purple color, right? APIs, PaaS
Yes,
also.
yes. Yes.
So like
Means
if there are platforms, if the
APIs
company
are
have
supported
developers,
through softwares or websites. That is
yep.
SaaS.
No. I'm saying assume I am Ford Motor Company or Guru. I have taken PaaS services from AWS. Now I am
Hmm.
launching multiple software on PaaS, and
Yes.
if one system is sending data to another system, they send it via some API tool.
API.
So
Yeah,
that
right.
API tool
There.
will be there in
Yes.
PaaS, right?
Yes. Yes. It is there. That is portal kind of thing.
Okay. And
Yeah,
now
that is correct.
now the SaaS service, which is, we have multiple example. You gave Google Cloud example and Microsoft 365 or Office, wherein
Uber, Ola.
the company Uber, Ola, these companies like Ford or Guru Schools, they will use complete software from the company, and everything related to the software, the support, the hardware, software, everything related to it, platform would be managed by the other company. For example, some people use Salesforce system, uh,
Exactly.
and that is also a SaaS service. So
Complete
people,
CRM
yeah,
service. Yeah.
exactly. They will be charging for maybe number of users, license, and etc. etc. So that will be, so the company doesn't have to buy this Salesforce on their system. They will simply go on Salesforce.com or whatever link they get, and their
They
company
don't
would
have to
be
have the
account
developer
would
for
be created,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that is software as a service.
Correct.
Next. Okay, that was basically you're adding how it is done. So in IaaS, compute and storage, which basically means the memory, the physical part is there. Then developer needs platform. That's where, if the company wants to launch their own software, deploy their own software on cloud, then that's PaaS. Then SaaS basically means application, which is what Salesforce is. It's an application which is provided. Office 365 is an application. These applications can be accessed via websites
Right.
if you're accessing via desktop, or maybe an app, mobile. How we use the app for everything these days, like YouTube. Like right now, I'm accessing Zoom via desktop. I can access the same Zoom via my mobile also. So that's the first part, websites. Next, if I'm missing something, you can add. Otherwise, you can go to the next one. Arunji, please go to the next one. It's stuck. Okay. So four deployment
Yes,
models
that
of
is
cloud.
right. Zoom example that you gave, that is correct example of SaaS. SaaS.
SaaS. Four deployment models. First can be, I mean, I don't know the ranking, but I can use what you're showing right now, public cloud, which is basically available to everyone. It's a paid form of service. I, as a end user, can use it. I can create my own account on AWS and use their computing or whatever services they're providing. A company can also create this account and use those services. Second would be and second would be private cloud, wherein a company say tells this
Right.
cloud companies
Internal.
that I need
Yes.
all services of yours, and this network should not be
Only
available to
to,
everyone. So basically, they are outsourcing their data center to cloud and saying that it should be completely secured, it should be completely private to me.
correct.
The only job you're doing is, instead of me maintaining a physical data house, you would maintaining my services, but I don't
Right.
want even your people to access it. It should only be
Correct.
accessible to me. Nobody should
Perfect.
be. So that's my storage or platform or
Yes.
services
Till I'm
which you
paying
are
for.
maintaining till I'm paying for it.
Yes.
So that's private network. Third
True.
is community cloud, which is basically free services, free cloud services provided by a couple companies like Open Cloud, like few others,
Cloud stack.
Cloud Stack, Eucalyptus,
Right.
uh, which are for public benefit. They have their limitations. To a certain extent only they can be used, but they are free to community or public.
Right.
And the last is hybrid, which combines all. And here I had a question I wanted to ask you. Give me some example. I did not understand. Why will anybody have hybrid? Like if I am a Guru Schools or Ford Motor Company, I'll have enterprise, which is private network. Why will I go for community or public? Like,
Yeah. So if we talk about government, okay, so government is using this hybrid cloud. They are making some part to the public. They are using some community cloud, and they are also having their own enterprise, means their own servers for internal things, governments, means between their departments, ministries. So they are using this for hybrid cloud. Governments basically, federation bodies.
okay, government is a good example, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Then we have like next part is about the how to secure the cloud. So definitely some models are there and some case studies are also there that we need to know. And then we can like we are set for next thing. Okay. So yeah, we'll be winding up here, right?
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow then.
Hey, one question. And you can
Yeah,
stop the
sure.
recording also here. A general
Just
question.
yeah. No, go ahead.
Uh, with what I'm learning from you, Arunji,
Hmm.
uh, like this is completely theoretical. I know you will bring practical also aspect to the study, but
Yeah,
with
it is
this,
there. It is
you
included.
know that I will be able to do my job on the first day. Like, are you understanding?
No issue. See, it is this is cloud has a very good thing here that anybody who knows, like understands how to operate a cell phone. Similarly, if you know how to operate a cloud, so maximum a company can ask you, you open one IAM account, you add this user, give this right to this user. So that thing you should be able to know. That is what. If I say you open my cell phone and you type in the WhatsApp this message and send it to that, so you should know how to use the phone, how to use the WhatsApp, and how to send it to the groups. So these parts are already, these are the fixed things. Okay, even if you go to company or you do it or your own, you're doing it in workshop, method is same. So there is no changes in that. Like in company, it will be something different. No, same thing will be used. Everything will be same. So if you practice here, same thing you have to do there only, no issues.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Arunji.
Yeah.
We're meeting tomorrow again.
Yes, yes.
Tomorrow same time, right?
Right.
I'm just seeing the class schedule again.